Hello? Okay, good. That's better.
Okay, let me just get. Okay, let me just get the. Just get certain things up. Hello and welcome to the Soda Creations podcast. Script friends to which man the business like movies TV held recent. Well, it's the weekend after Thanksgiving, which obviously means a lot of us are, and yes, this is a actual term that exists that has been on YouTube now for quite for a few years now. A lot of us have been festivizing, to say the least.
Ah, yeah. I think the plan for tomorrow is I'll be helping put up the Christmas decorations outside. And then shopping. Or maybe the other way around. Whatever. It's a Sunday, so some order of that. But yeah, it's been kind of a slow week.
Yeah, the lights are. Yeah, lights are both outside and inside. Christmas trees, Christmas trees also have been actually been up for quite actually been up for quite a bit. Actually been up for quite a bit. Probably mentioned this earlier, but but my folks are experimenting with size and interestingly, they actually had a fall fall color lights for most of the fall color lights on it for November, and as of this weekend, it'll soon be in proper attire.
Right.
A lot of other interesting stuff is also a lot of other interesting stuff is also coming up around the place, but pro- that's surprisingly not the most shocking thing that's happened to us this week.
Mm-hmm.
Because believe it or not, on on December 9th, my sister will have been married for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Hashtag love wins, by the way, for the good idea of her type of relationship. So obviously V is going to have quite a bit of deeper meaning for her.
Yep.
On a more global note, kind of I kind of tilted my head a bit with this one after a certain moments back in 17, but Undertaker basically delivered his final farewell.
Yep. Uh, again, it's like, seemed like he retired for a bit, then he came back, and we'll see if it sticks this time.
Like I said, I was a bit surprised given what happened back in 17.
Yeah.
Also, for any Bruners watching, hope you got Universal Kids. They had the My Little Pony movie playing earlier today.
Hmm.
Something called Star Wars The Bad Batch may feature the return of a fan favorite character recently seen in The Mandalorian.
Oh. Okay.
Naomi Scott reportedly in contention for a female lead role in the Kenobi movie.
Hmm.
An Easter egg in The Mandalorian seemingly confirms a Snoke reference. Carl Weathers teases Moff Gideon's Uber steroids army and a possible Snoke reveal.
Okay.
Anna Diop's Starfire costume has been revealed in full for season 3 of the Titans.
Hmm.
Katie Cassidy shows interest in playing Catwoman, or at least a female version of the Joker. seems to be the reason as to why Warner Brothers wasn't on board with the original Steppenwolf design. Quote, there were discussions and a lot of back and forth about the new design and the creation of this new design. I think the initial thought was that he was a little too scary and a little too alien and a little too intense. Personally, I thought he was awesome and that he represented a real threat, and does represent a real threat. Not just to the League, but to the planet.
Right. The new design looks like something out of the 90s. But anyway.
Nolan calls the Dark Knight trilogy. Nolan says the Dark Knight trilogy was before the genre became engines of commerce. Seems it kind of has debunked the rumors about Green Arrow appearing in The Peacemaker.
Mm.
Here's a few more standard quotes regarding from interviews. Didn't like and
Oh,
don't like Barry being able to move people. I know a lot of people love that aspect of it. I just don't. And it's fine. I think it's cool when people do. But I just didn't.
right.
This might be one of the theological things he said. If you grab someone at the speed he's moving, you can just, like, literally just tear the arm off of its socket.
Yeah. Anything else?
Jenkins apparently is talking a Amazon spinoff as well as a Wonder Woman, well, some Wonder Woman 3 ties.
Okay.
Elizabeth Tolix shared a first behind the scenes look at the Sons of Superman for Superman Lois.
Hmm.
Being a good player, showing interest in playing Storm. Apparently, due to the ensemble cast, Love and Thunder is apparently going to have a Avengers 5 feel.
Okay. So much like Captain America Civil War was basically Avengers 2.5. Kind of that kind of deal?
That would work.
Okay.
Apparently, a priority for Marvel Studios is now headed towards the TV shows for Disney Plus, although not quite. Doesn't quite mean the movies are out of question.
Hmm.
So rumors regarding Rihanna's return have been debunked for Black Panther 2.
Ah.
First look at it beating up Clint Barton was revealed for the Hawkeye show. Seems the then game director as well as Tom Holland are reuniting for something called Cherry. Actors currently being sought for Jennifer Walters' parents in She-Hulk.
Hmm.
There's also a search for a female villain in her 30s under the codename of Lucy.
Okay.
Glamorous social media influencer, Kardashian-esque, with a dark side.
Hmm.
That's just 4 out of 5 in terms of supporting roles. Seems the Marvel Avengers game hit an underwhelming launch and hasn't recouped its development costs.
Oh.
Seems there's talk regarding Alfred Molina possibly returning as Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like, huh.
Elizabeth Olsen seems to have. Elizabeth Olsen feels that she could contribute so much more playing the Scarlet Witch in both WandaVision as well as Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
New Mutants is a surprise sleeper hit on the on-demand platforms.
Hmm.
Vincent D'Onofrio encouraging fans to sign petition to save Daredevil as Marvel regains rights. Scott Derrickson seems quite happy with Raimi helming the sequel.
Okay.
The Clifford live action film teaser dropped, and from the looks of it, not bad, though I kind of wish they at least had, though I kind of wish they bent a little more towards the original Birdwell drawings as well as how he's portrayed in the television shows and, well, pretty much every other past incarnation.
Right. Hmm.
Winter Blood Origin, reportedly casting for elven male and female leads.
Hmm.
Matt Mickelson officially on board to replace Depp for Fantastic Beasts.
Right.
Depp was denied appeal over the libel case. Extraction 2 starring Chris Hemsworth expected to be in shooting next year. Godzilla vs. Kong is likely heading to streaming. Netflix and HBO have put in offers.
Okay.
Josh Whedon stepping away from the Nevers. Quote, I'm genuinely exhausted.
Ah.
Although Fisher believes that Warner investigations may have something to do with it.
Yep.
Tartakovsky revealed Superman designs for a canceled animated project.
Hmm.
Also on the list of trailers released this week, Boss Baby 2.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, interesting.
WandaVision's going to have 2 Walking Dead stars. Puffy quad ponies are apparently starting to become a thing.
Mm.
We got some official pony paper crafts with manga styles.
Yeah, I saw that. Looks good.
not much of the casualty reports this week, other than something that I, for some somehow managed to miss, or I don't know what happened, but Magneto from X-Men the Animated Series, David Hemblin, left us on the 16th.
Oh, I hadn't heard about that one.
Like I said, there was a bit of, like I said, it's like I said, that one just came up to me this week, and I don't know how it don't know how it didn't come up earlier.
Right. Uh, right. So, recap time. More Gravity Falls. Yep. Today's episode is Carpet Diem. I paused the game I was playing. Okay, so the episode begins with Dipper and Mabel playing mini golf in their room with the elaborate golf course they set up. And oh, hold on, there's my tea. So it's Dipper's turn, and he swings, and it goes. The ball goes. The golf ball goes. The golf ball goes all over the place before heading out the window, breaking it in the process, and hitting Stan in the head. Yeah. Um. Sorry, I'm a little depressed if that's a good shot, and gotta consult the judge. And Wallace is eating the score sheet, and yeah, that's a foul. That it's no good. That's all the time Mabel has for golf right now because she has plans to hang out with her girlfriends. I believe it was it Candy and Granda? Like they only show up so often, so it's like, wait, who are they? Yeah, Candy and Granda. I was
Yes.
double checking. It's like, yeah, she's gonna hang out with them, and but no, she's not going over there. They're coming over here. And Dipper notice is like sleeping bags and like rom coms and all the stereotypical girls sleepover stuff. And like they're having a sleepover. Dun dun dun. Yeah, Dipper is not pleased with this. So the girls are having their fun and making lots of noise, and yeah, they're keeping Dipper up. It's like they're that loud. Like, okay. So Dipper asks Zeus if he can sleep in the break room. And Zeus is like, oh yeah, sure. And he opens the door, and yeah, there's a lot of heat and pipes in there, and there's a hazard sign, and you basically have to. Ooh, okay, dated reference. So, Futurama, the episode where Fry moves into Bender's apartment, and it's just this basically the room is the size of a small closet. It's smaller than that. Yeah, I know, dated reference and all that, but yeah. So yeah, Dipper has to find another spot to sleep. So he goes outside, and the wolf starts chewing on his leg, and like ah, and then looks up at the upstairs window and all the noise the girls are making. And like, yeah, this is still better. So the next morning, the girls wake up. Mabel has the front of her hair slicked up with party girl written on her forehead. Uh, Candy was taped to the wall, and Grenda was kissing something last night, and she has no regrets. It's like, okay, well, let's do this again, and soon sometime. So Dipper comes in. It's hey, that was a great night and all that. And Dipper's like, and I'll try to eat my tongue or something like that. And it's like, you were being incredibly noisy. And Mabel brings up like, oh yeah, Dipper's noisy too. And apparently Dipper like reads detective novels. And it's like, ooh, oh, and it's like reacting out loud. And when he's thinking, he rapidly clicks his pen. So yeah, Dipper's kind of noisy as well. And it's like, yeah, enough is enough. Like they need they need separate rooms. And like surely Stan and you know he's reasonable. Cut to Stan watching in like deer fights, baby fights. He really likes the baby fight show because he's watching it all throughout this episode. It's like, okay, we need separate rooms. No. It's not like there's any hidden rooms in the shack. And afterwards, we hear Seuss exclaim, "Hey guys, I think I found a hidden room in the shack."
Convenient.
Yeah, apparently it was behind a bookcase or whatever. And actually, okay, it's a bit dusty, but it's actually a fairly nice room. And it's yeah, basically they both want the room. And Stan gets the idea like, well, I'll give the room key to whoever I like the most. Oh, whoops. My shoelace came untied. Won't somebody tie it for me? And Mabel and Dipper start fighting over the shoelaces. Seuss, on the other hand, I believe, has a weird feeling about a weird feeling about the room. Yeah, Stan's basically using their fight to make them do stuff for him. Like tiling the roof in over 100-degree heat, mowing the lawn in said heat. All the while, he's giving and docking points for each of them. And it's like, yeah, Mabel's actually getting pretty far ahead. Because she keeps getting points, Dipper keeps getting docked points. So they go to the room. It's like, ugh. And it's like, yeah, they get into a bit of a fight, and as they're moving around the carpet, the static starts building up, and yeah, Dipper slaps away Mabel's hand, and yeah, Mabel's in Dipper's body, Dipper's in Mabel's body. Yep, it's a body swap episode.
I think we of
So
course mentioned. I think we of course mentioned a horror version of Freaky Friday film some time earlier, but that's basically the trope.
yeah, so yeah, they're kind of freaking out, and uh, Dipper is now in Mabel's body. Notices the tag on the rug, like Electron carpet. I realizes like electrons move between things. So much moving around stuff must have moved our minds around or something like that. And it's like they get the idea. It's like, okay, instead of earning points for ourselves, let's let's do stupid stuff and dock points for the person we're currently in the body of. So earlier, not Dipper, Mabel, uh, ah, this is gonna get complicated explaining with the whole body swap. Like, okay, Mabel made Stan an omelet in the shape of his face. Now Dipper in Mabel's body is like, hey, you like that? You'll like this rock sandwich. And it's like, candy rocks? No, actual rocks. Like, what?
Somehow I'm getting serious mod flashbacks. Crunchy.
Yeah. And they're just like, Stan's getting kind of weirded out. So Waddles and Seuss are in the room, and Waddles have been rolling around on the carpet, and yeah, Seuss and Waddles swap bodies. Seuss is like, huh, cool, and jumps out the window. Waddles just kind of starts wandering, pushing his face up against the vending machine with his tongue out. It's like moving sideways. It's like, and then Wendy comes in. It's like, hey, it's like, and Waddle Seuss just gives her this look. It's like, it's hard to explain, but it's like, okay, I'll come back later. So, let's see now. Dipper is trying to find Stan so he can do. He in Mabel's body can do more things to dock her points. And yeah, Mabel's friends are here. It's time for another sleepover. Ah, no, 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 no. And Mabel sees this and like, no, come back, come back. And it's like they get to the room and Mabel gets there in Dipper's body. It's like, and Greta's like, no, boys not allowed, and shuts the door. It's like, yeah, Dipper tries to tell all the girls that like, yeah, I'm not really in a sleepover mood right now. And I was like, no, we're gonna read like cheap romance novels. Mabel in Dipper's body is listening and peering in through the keyhole, and Stan sees this. It's like, oh, you're in that phase where you're peeking in on the girls. Like, bro, it's about time we have a little conversation about the birds and the bees. It's like, and Mabel's like, what? Describe the, the look on Mabel's face. And even cut to the Stan took Mabel, of course, into his body to a separate room. It's like he has the whole book and everything. It's like ah. So meanwhile, Seuss, he is of course in Waddle's body, walking through town. It's like he sees a puddle of mud. It's like, who? Do I do it? Yes. He jumps in the puddle of mud, and uh, uh, I forgot his name.
Old man
Uh,
McGucket.
McGucket, yes. McGucket is Seuss. It's like, ooh, dinner. And Seuss is like, no, I'm not dinner. And I was like, they all say that. And the thing to know, it's like, so they know Waddles can talk now. Well, Seuss waddles. But, because like they specifically say like, oh, hey, a talking pig. Well, not McGucket, but the two cops, they oversee this. And it's like, oh, hey, talking pig. But I'm guessing in the how should I put it? Throughout the episode, we have Dipper's voice coming from Mabel's body, but I'm guessing that's just for the sake of the audience, and everyone else is hearing them in the body's natural, voice. It's weird. That's like the only like confusing thing about the episode. Like, wait, so how does the voice thing work? The talking pig. So, it's, anyway, McGucket's chasing Seuss. So back with Mabel. So the talks over with like, my innocence is gone. Like Stan's like, I was gonna give Mabel the key, but it's like, I'm not thinking about it. Maybe. And Mabel's like, no, no, no. You're stupid. You're an old. Shut up, old man. And like lightly punches him, like very, very slow punch. Like, and Stan's like, oh, what did you say to me? So I finally decided to stand up for yourself. You know what, Dipper? You get the key. It's like, and Mabel's like, no, because this is the opposite of what she wanted to happen. No, back with Dipper, it's like they finally got through the first book. Now to go through the 38 sequels. No. So McGucket has Seuss cornered in a corner. It's like, you're gonna taste good. It's just like, ooh, really? No, wait, no. So back with Dipper, they're
That's probably what. That's probably one of the more hilarious cut breaks that they all went no.
yeah. So back with Dipper, they're playing one of those board games that has the fake telephone. It's like, hey, I'm whoever. It's like, I have a beach house just for the two of us. Like, one of those stereotypical girly board game things. And Dipper's just not having it. So while the two are distracted, he rushes out of the room and encounters Dipper. I mean Mabel. Uh, like I said, this is a very complicated episode to talk about just because of the different bodies. And it's like, he gave you the key. Like, yeah, now we just have to go back, switch bodies. And Mabel's like, we can't switch bodies if you can't get in the room, and runs off and locks the door to the room. So, Dipper needs to get into the room, and he has a plan. Early in the episode, it's like, so he goes back to the girls, and it's like, hey, want to give my brother a makeover? Because there was a mention that of giving Dipper a makeover earlier in the episode. And it's like, time for revenge. So, meanwhile, Waddle Seuss is just wandering around, and Stan comes in and it's like, with the economy and everything, I'm gonna have to cut your pay. And Waddle Seuss just like gives him a look and puts his hand against Stan's face. He's like, what? This is gonna intimidate me. And he just continues like, okay, fine, I was bluffing. I'll raise your pay. And Stan walks off like, and someone comes into the lady comes into the shack and like, hey, I'm looking for some directions. And Waddle sees the open door and wanders out like, oh, you're gonna show me the way. Thanks. So the girls knock on the door. And it's like, hey, and Mabel like, hey, it's the girls. Let's hang out. But it's like, forgot like, right, Dipper's body. And it's like, makeup time. Like, no. So, they hold him down, do the whole makeover thing, and Dipper's like, okay, just have one last touch here. Shuffle, shuffle, zap, and they're back in their original bodies. And it's so the girl's a little bit confused about going on, but like, yeah, we were in each other's bodies. Like, it's this rug, stack and whatnot. It's like, and Candy's like, ooh, shuffle, shuffle, taps Dipper. It's like, Candy and Dipper's body. It's like, sup, bro? Sup, bro? Okay. It's like, just not having any of this. So, ugh, hold on. Need another sip. So they start fighting. Well, not Candy and Dipper's body, but like Dipper, Candy, Mabel, and Grenda. they start fighting and like they all swap and now Dipper is in Brenda's body. I was like, huh, kind of neat having muscles for once. Like, it's like, okay, let's just get back into each other's bodies. It's like, and then hold on, uh, and then Seuss and McGucket pop in, and they all swap several times. Meanwhile, Stan's just still watching baby fights. Now they're all swapped around. Dipper is Waddles, and then the cops come in because there's reports of excessive giggling, and then they get involved in the swapping, and everyone's in everyone's body, so it's like it's just a complete and total mess. Eventually, everyone gets sorted out, and Mabel and Dipper run back to their original room. It's like, and Dipper's like, I never wanted the room in the first place. What was really going on is like, he's been having fun spending time with Mabel during the summer so far, but she's been spending so much time with the girls. It's like, you know, and like Mabel didn't want the room anyway. It's like didn't want the room either. It's like, but yeah, they eventually sort things out, and also Seuss comes in with McGucket. It's like, oh right, what about Seuss? He's stuck in a stuck in a pig's body, or no, Seuss is fine. And McGucket, it's like, eh, what was it? Anyway, McGucket gets kicked out. It was like, I'm still gonna eat ya. It's like, yeah, no. So yeah, now Seuss can rub that spot on Waddle's head that Waddles can't reach. And okay, say someone's at the door. It's that lady from before. And it's like, yes, I will marry you. And Seuss is like, wait, what? So Dipper gets settled into his new room, and it's like, Stan's like, what are you gonna do with the rug? Like, toss it out. It's like, yeah, it looks horrible. And so it's nighttime. Dipper tries to go to bed. It's like, good night, Mabel. Oh. And Dipper's like, not. Mabel's like, good night, Dipper. Oh. And then there's a knocking on her door. It's like, hey, want to have a sleepover? Because they were so used to sleeping in the same room together. And then they start playing golf again, and the golf ball gets knocked out of out through another hole in the window now, and hits Stan in the head again. It's like, ah, why am I even out here at night? See Seuss and that lady. The lady's like, I can't do this anymore. You've changed. And Seuss is like, yeah, well, I've been in a pig's body all day, so I have no idea what's going on. Can we kiss again? That was nice. But yeah, that was Carpet Diem, and that was actually again another good episode.
Apart from Freaky Friday, it's got some allusions to Look Before You Sleep.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, show's been good so far, and yeah,
This one definitely delivered in the laughter department.
definitely.
So I was partially right when it came to the parade this year. Uh, there were no spectators, but surprisingly, everything was still on the street, with
Yeah,
certain safety precautions, of course.
of course.
Apparently, they mixed the floats in with the Broadway performances.
Yeah,
Interesting touch. As well as the Rockettes, which, of course, took the last slot just before the big moment.
yep.
And from what I've heard, some segments were pre recorded by day.
Hmm.
And as usual, when these come around, I usually like to take some notes regarding appearances and interesting highlights.
Yep.
Jimmy Fallon and the Roots were opening us.
Hmm.
There was also a performance from Hamilton.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, we had it on the TV, so it's like, yeah,
Of course, I couldn't help but think of you after Baltimore.
yeah,
I've been surprised that a balloon based off a YouTube show actually made it. And Tom Turkey wasn't the only turkey in there. There was this large golden one from Genio. They also extended a multicultural invite, so several parades were represented. Of course, shortly after we mentioned the new Tom and Jerry movie teasers came out. There was actually a float in that parade.
hmm.
And preceding the Pikachu balloon, we had multiple Pikachu dancing. No doubt I'm probably going to have to think of something in order to coincide with their 25th next year.
Yep.
Mean Girls also got a musical. Of course, there was a Buzz Baby balloon promoting the sequel that we mentioned earlier.
Yep.
We got to see Dolly Parton perform from her hometown. Also, December 9th, there's a new Grinch musical coming out.
Okay.
Part of the Nutcracker Ballet was performed on the Central Park float. We had a virtual singing tree this year, in that it was CG based with employee recordings in several windows. That was a nice touch.
Eh,
But yeah, the conditions from this year didn't quite hamper the usual enjoyment of that tradition.
yeah. Yeah, I'm just about almost completely done with Christmas shopping. I just need to pick up one more thing.
But, a couple things we need to work out on. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that. I'm pretty sure we're not the only one that has this, but more often than not, we often get a light hassle. So that's been a bit of a factor.
Yeah,
But hopefully, we should get everything up and running within the week.
yeah. Hmm. So yeah, if we don't really have anything else to talk about, we should probably wrap up for tonight or this week or whatever.
Well, let's see, in terms of stuff that's coming up on my channel, second wave of musical stuff I was talking about last week.
Yeah, videos. Yeah, I realized I said I was supposed to have the stuff up like this past week. Yeah, editing issues. I actually upgraded my desktop to Windows 10 in order to use a new editing program. Only to find out only to find out that the desktop is too old to run the program. To be fair, my desktop is from 2012, so yeah. So I'm doing all my editing on the laptop. Thankfully, the new program doesn't burn the CPU, so hey, improvement. It just takes a little while longer.
Also, just discovered some new. Also, just also just discovered a lot of switching has been going on to point 0.4, so I'll probably be working on that a bit this week.
Hmm. Okay.
But yeah, funny episode. Parade still delivered despite the conditions.
Yep.
And thankfully, I managed to remember that we actually. And thankfully, I managed to remember that thankfully I managed to remember the schedule for next month. Just schedule next month just before schedule next month. Just before I was about to dictate closures.
Okay.
And thankfully, I managed to remember something that was recommended last year. Something that was recommended last year.
Hmm.
Not sure if we're gonna have him around for that, but it would be quite a nice treat.
Yep.
Interestingly, there is a pony fan video in the works featuring a song from what we'll be covering next week.
Hmm.
Until then, as per usual, stay safe, stay well, and hopefully you can join us next week.